What does music mean to you? Well, for some patients, music is their everything. Music is their medicine.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark.
More specifically, we are talking about music therapy, what music therapy actually is, and more importantly, who it is being used to treat, are all questions that we have sought to answer.
Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out and I'll lay your
Music therapy is defined as a way of promoting health through music experiences. It is centered in the performing, listening, composing, and improvising on behalf of the client and the music therapist. The wide array of patients that music therapy has the ability to treat lists on and on. It ranges from those with physical ailments to those with internalized emotional preoccupations. Infants in neonatal care, special needs children, autistic children, adults and children with emotional and psychiatric needs, those with dementia, stroke patients, and those in end-of-life care are just a few who reap the benefits of music therapy treatments.
I can't help feeling we could have had it.
What sets music therapy apart from other professionals who actually use music? We turn to the professionals of music therapy to answer that question.
Music therapists have the expertise of understanding the nuances, the subtleties, the depth of those relationships between health and music. So it's just like I've been talking about, knowing the client's context and how that relates to the musical opportunities that are going to support their health. That's, to me, what differentiates the music therapist. Their clinical musicianship is what differentiates them.
Essentially, it's the systematic approach to treating patients with music and the understanding of clients' needs in regards to what music best suits them is what sets music therapists apart from all others. Therapists use the potent tool of music to communicate with patients on a level that verbal communication cannot achieve. It creates a shared reality with patients, especially those with schizophrenia.
So we would work in music to create a sense of community, to bring people into an awareness of one another instead of just being internally preoccupied. It was a way of testing their reality because music is happening in the room together. Sound is kind of a common fact that people share.
Aside from the testimonial accounts of music therapists attesting to the efficacy of music therapy, we felt we needed to probe a little bit deeper. We uncovered mounds of journal articles, each describing in length how music therapy is used to treat a certain kind of patient. We found that music therapy can reduce anxiety in preoperative patients, serve as a cathartic release for terminal cancer patients, and provide a soothing womb-like environment for infants in neonatal care. While the cold hard facts were hard to ignore, we needed to observe music therapy for ourselves to truly believe its power. More accurately, we would conduct music therapy for the patients of Beth Israel Medical Center and witness firsthand what music therapy could actually do. We played all sorts of music, fast ones, inspiring ones, and emotional ones. We were transformed. We went from skeptical researchers to believers. The emotions and the reactions that we evoked from those patients were all the proof that we needed to understand how music therapy can make such a tremendous difference. Music seemed to strike a chord with the patients, appealing to their deepest emotions. It took great effort on our parts to hold back the tears welling in our eyes as extremely elderly patients wept and clapped along to the music, praising us for performing for them. They were so extremely grateful. Music served as an escape for those sickly individuals. For just a few moments, they were able to forget why they were where they were, because for just a few moments, they were no longer inside the cold and foreboding walls of that hospital. No, they were together with us in a shared, removed environment, an environment of solace and comfort, where nothing else mattered but the music and the rhythm of the guitar.
If you're depressed, which everybody here is depressed, makes you come out nice. In other words, it makes you feel good when you're depressed and you hear music. It's nice. Yes. All right, thank you so much. And maybe I'll see you a little later.
She wasn't the only one who beckoned our return. Each patient seemed to never have encountered music therapy before. It got us wondering, what prevents music therapy from being as available as any other clinical health profession? I mean, just with any other profession, there is a systematic way of becoming a music therapist. One needs to complete an undergraduate degree in music therapy and go on to completing an internship under the auspices of a trained music therapist, and then get a certification by the board for music therapists. Thus, how come more individuals don't know more about music therapy? And why were we the first ones to introduce music therapy to those patients in Beth Israel Medical Center? The answer lies with state recognition. More accurately, the lack of.
Well, state recognition is really more about recognizing the profession music therapy as a allied health profession that is somewhat on par with other allied health professions like occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, etc. One of the issues around music therapy right now is that a lot of people say they're doing music therapy because they don't understand that it's actually a profession that you need to be trained in. And it's a service that you just can't say you're doing music therapy if you're not a music therapist.
A much better thing for music therapists to have state recognition. It also can we'll have a lot easier time with reimbursement through insurance companies.
There is a task force that is at the National American Music Therapy Association level, and then there's people working on the national level, meeting, discussing strategies.
There is a bit of misunderstanding about what a music therapist actually does and the goals and the work and the planning that go into a music therapy session and the educational background. So I think that it would be wonderful if people could spread the word in their own personal experience. Sometimes people start petitions online that go directly to their legislator and then spread it through social media. I think that'd be another way to do it. And those tend to get a lot of attention as well.
Please join us in the fight for state recognition, because together, you and I can make all the difference.